Hello everybody, I'm a simple gamer and welcome back to another Fire Emblem Awakening video. Honestly, I didn't think I would make another one, but there's another map I want to praise. And I guess the design philosophy in general, I guess. For this one, I'm really impressed with the anti-turtling design here. In Mila's Branches chapter 16, where you try to get to the top of the tree, defeat the commander, and then meet Tiki. Maybe a little bit spoilerish, but that should be fine. Awakening has been out for a while now. Okay. I actually completed the map before, but I only searched made this video before I completed, but whatever. So all I have is this mid-map save from like a previous failed attempt. Which is okay. I can still talk about it even though I want to show some more things off or whatever. At the start, you start down here, and then, as I said, you are trying to make it to the commander and win, since that is the victory condition. At the start, there are more enemies here, but as you can see, there's a lot of enemies back here who don't move. In order to incentivize the player to hurry up, they do have to charge through and then tackle the enemies as they when you get in their range, and they do start moving forward. The anti-turtling tactic that the game uses here is the reinforcements from the back here, and then a couple of Pegasus Knights on the side. Unlike some of the earlier maps, you can't actually block them off, so if you don't plan on just using like Robin and Crom and Fred and then that's it, and then using a couple of scrubs like me who haven't been all trained up just yet, they will get destroyed and overwhelmed eventually, since there's like 5 over here and then 5 over here. And then the turn after a turn about 4 or 5, like they start appearing like turn I think 3 or 4, and then 4 or 5 is when these Pegasus Knights come out. You got pretty scary stats for most of your army. I mean, my Robin, my Sumiya, and my Crom can take 1 or 2, but even, well, actually no, Robin can just take all of them, but even my trained up Crom and Sumiya died like 2 rounds, but concerning their void, they survive about 4 to 5 attacks, which is plenty, but the rest of my units cannot. And then next turn is the scary Bow Knights, like a group of 6 over here, and then they just come shooting. Like if you're stuck back here, you will get this. Well, most of your units will get destroyed. If not, my trained Robin, like look at those stats. If I actually gave him his wife Lisa pairing, he could probably survive anything in this map. But I need Lisa to heal my other units, so yeah. So back to the most important point, the design of the anti-turtling. At the start, as I already said, there's just a couple of units down here that charge up. Not too many, about 4 or 5 on both sides, easily dealable. And then after that, you get the second row, which you do have to get through, and then the third row up here. But generally, since these guys are more spread out and they don't move, they tend to have you can tackle them one by one as you move forward, you have to, but you do have to rush the boss. The good thing is that these guys don't quite move, so you can like pick a path and go straight forward, and as long as you don't enter the range, they just don't move. So the easiest path is definitely through the mill. Just go through here, take out all the enemies. You might have to like face this guy who covers like pretty big range here. Couple of Pegasus Knights, not this Bow Knight since he can't cross the river. But yeah, I basically just used Robin, ran out, and then other units just fall behind. The problem is that my Robin needs 2 rounds of combat to kill Cervantes, so I did need my Dancer. And in order to get her up there quickly enough, I did have to use like some rescue shenanigans, some pair up switches. Yeah, in order to get her up there. I wish I could have shown that off, but alas, I saved over the file at the beginning of battle. Whatever, and I didn't bother recording until after, because as I said, I didn't think I would make another video. But I digress again. As I said before, you either charge up, get the boss, or you get overwhelmed back here if you don't just use the Robin solo. I guess I'm not. I really should get the harder things. Okay, anti-turtling tactic. What's good about this is that you are incentivized to go forward. It's because there are strong reinforcements coming from the back. But the guys in front aren't actually too strong. I mean, they're a small challenge. But as you can see, there's even like this level 20 fighter with such low, well, comparatively lower stats than these other guys who are spread out and not too much of a challenge since they don't move. So the front is easier than the backside, so you do want to go forward. But if you don't go forward, then you'll eventually get overwhelmed by enemies who are definitely stronger than the ones in front. And there are more of them too. I don't know, I just want to say, like, I think this is how you design a good Fire Emblem anti-turtling map, where the dangers up front aren't that high, but I mean, they aren't weak per se, but if you look at it, you don't actually have to fight all these guys, so it's not hard to get through. You just gotta avoid some spots, push through a little bit quickly, use your dancer effectively, and then as your strongest units just clear the front, your guys in the back can slowly move forward, while also gaining distance from the backside, who will charge eventually. And yeah, I guess I'll end this turn, because even if I take care of these guys, these 6 are gonna appear and then destroy all my units. So yeah, as I guess my units are getting destroyed,
This can't be.
I'll end it by saying, I think this Mila map, Chapter 16, Naga's Voice, probably one of the best designed anti-turtling maps I have ever seen in Fire Emblem. There's some maps that make you want to go forward because there's treasure and all that, but this one, if you don't go forward, and if you want to use a full roster, you will die because the enemy stats are that high in the battle. But the enemy units' stats in front are low enough that you can push through with, I guess, not just 1 or 2 units, but you can probably get through it with quite a sizable amount of trained army if you have trained them. And then a lot of the enemies also in front don't move, so you can avoid them if you want to, while still making way to the boss. So, in conclusion, front side, not stupidly easy, hard enough to pose a challenge, but you can push through, and then generous enough that your untrained units can get through safely, as their front side can clean up a lot of it without having to clear all of it as you make the way to the boss. Feels like you're making progress while also being smart about it. And then backside, enemies aren't like impossible to kill, but there are large enough numbers that if you do fight them,
My turn.
you will get like surrounded and destroyed eventually. I guess the smartest thing was actually the initial wave had like 2 longbow units before the Pegasus Knights come out, so even if you get 1-2 range a lot of them, the longbow units, you do have to spend an extra turn in order to get rid of them. So yeah, that just makes it even harder, and even better in my opinion. But there are some units that you can't just take care of on like enemy phase, because of the way you have to do on player phase, which makes it harder to clear out the enemy units that appear. There probably aren't other reinforcements after like these bow knights, but I think those 3 ways were more than enough to make me realize that
Be ready.
I couldn't turtle my way through these reinforcements and trying to gain EXP at the same time. All I could do was just push forward. If I wanted to beat the map without losing anyone, but also not like just using Robin so that none of my other users got EXP, which I had to consider as well. So I decided to just push forward, give as many kills to my other units as I can, and then take that, and then don't get too greedy, and then finish the map. Because there's actually so much EXP to be gained here with these promoter units. If I could take my time, I would, and then like get, I don't know, like Lonku to level 20. Well, all my weak units are dead now, but like Solly I could get to level 20 here if I could avoid a death. And now after that wave, more units move, but all these guys back here didn't move before. And I would be done the map before the Pegasus Knights came out, like 2 turns earlier. So they weren't really a factor, as my Robin could like go up and kill them. Okay, long story short, because I guess I rambled the full script again. Yeah, good anti-turtling map. Front side, not too easy, but can push through the boss. Where the boss is quite easy to kill with magic, 15 res. Definitely a lot harder if you don't have like Magic Robin, but 35 defense, oh well. And then backside, super scary, but they do take time to come out. I guess I forgot to mention, I should say that. Backside came in waves, takes time to come out, you can prepare for it, strategize, make sure you can push through, but maybe also gain some distance here so that you'll have extra turn to get a little bit more EXP before you get to the boss and kill. So I guess, in addition to actually strategizable and a map that's doable, anti-turtling also means you can still get some stuff from a map like treasure or EXP as long as you hurry. And make sure you get to finish things in a timely manner before your time limit runs out. Which is technically the Falcon Knights plus the Bull Knights for me. Okay, sorry if I, well, hopefully what I said made a little bit of sense. But yeah, this was a lot more put together in my head when I was thinking about it. But actually staying it was a little bit more problem, which is why there should be a script, whatever. That's gonna be it for this one, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Maybe if there's more Awakening stuff I want to talk about, I don't know.